I did not, and it wasn't fans per se. I was in the tunnel, and um, it's really not important. And I'll say this to you guys: you guys think it's important, and I respect your. If you say I should show up for a press conference and you write it, that's not what I'm pissed off at you about. But there's a lot of other things. But that's fine. That's your opinion. You have a right to opinion. I said it to 36 hours before the game to Paul as well as Kenny. I wasn't doing the press conference because it's a very emotional game for me. And it just, when we go into a press conference in a neighborhood like that, I don't want to hear about the scandal, okay? I don't want to hear about that. That has bothered me every single night. I have not gotten. What bothers me about you is you say, I know everybody's body fat. You must know about this. That pisses me off beyond your wildest dreams, because that took place at Billy Minotti Hall. And we didn't get one recruit. Somebody criminally came onto our campus. I'm pissed off at ESPN for even giving a forum to that person. If they're a crime, now I didn't read the book. You guys read the book, so I only know what people tell me. But if there are crimes being committed, why is the NCAA or ESPN giving a forum to that person? If they're crimes. Now I don't know if there are crimes being committed. The NCAA's upset at me because if I say I can't find one person, not one, that knew anything about it. The NCAA says, you're intimidating the witnesses. That wasn't my intent to say that, so that's why I didn't go to the media day to tell me I'm intimidated. Well, as soon as this happened, I went ballistic on everybody. Wait a second. You didn't know one single thing? You didn't know one single thing? You get the security person. You never saw a thing in 4 years and you worked around the clock? No. Well, the answer's obvious, isn't it? Rick, isn't the answer obvious? The reason that nobody saw anything, they knew that all hell would break loose if I found out one single thing was going on. That would be the obvious thing to me. So I don't want to put myself out on a press conference like that. Not for you, not for you. You've already asked your questions. But for other people going to ask that question that you just had to ask. And you wouldn't ask it, but you're working for people. So I don't want to put myself, because I'm not going to say no comment. I'm just not going to say it. I'm too old. I don't care. Okay, so I'm not going to say it. At 60, there's only one good thing about being 63, is you don't care what people think anymore. Okay, it's the only thing. Am I right, Tim? Do you care anymore?
I'm not 63 yet.
Okay, I thought you were in your 70s, but but that's the only good thing. So, it bothers me because I've got a lot of failings in my life. We all know what I've been through. But one feeling is I'm totally compliant to the rules of the NCAA. I don't believe in breaking any of those things at all. And if anything, what was going on, if things did go on the way they say it, we weren't going to get one player. I still can't figure out, when it's all said and done, why. Why was this being done? I don't. That's the only question that I would love to get answered. I don't understand why. None of it makes sense to me. So I believe, and I have to thank Eric publicly because he's the only guy that said, I'm going to show you that I know one thing. That guy's the cheapest man I've ever been around in my life. So I know those numbers, and Eric did it. He said, follow the money trail. It wasn't that money. He proved it. He proved the inaccuracies in the book. When we went up there, and I'll leave it with this, and 2016 is hopefully going to be a better year, is when Kenny Klein and John Cons went up there and to this book company to find out, what's going on, what can we investigate, what can we do, they made a statement that was interesting. I don't know if it was a racist statement. I don't know anything, this statement, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, okay? The statement was made, you mean to tell me this person kept a 4-year log of everything that's going on and wrote a journal about this? No, we wrote it. She can't complete 2 sentences the right way to write a book. That was said. Was that the way it was said?
Similar to that, yes.
What was actually the
That
verse?
was about it, yeah.
Yeah. So you mean to tell me a book was written, a 4-year record was kept? There was no 4-year record that was kept. Come on. You got to be kidding me. So this is, nobody goes after, ESPN doesn't go after, are you telling the truth? Did you keep a 4-year journal? Did you write it? Or was it written just to get this book out because the excerpts were going to be given to the Courier Journal or the Courier Journal got a hold of it. I mean, there's a lot of things that just I'm bothered by every single night that I go to bed. I'm really bothered by the fact that you think I knew some because I knew everybody's body fat, because of the amount of time I've known you, thinking that you could, even your wildest dreams, think that I would do something like that in Billy Minotti Hall. Now, you may say because of my personal failings some 10 years ago, oh yeah, that's normal. Well, I'm bothered by that. But you have a right to your opinion, and I have a right to my opinion. So, and I speak to you just professionally, even though, and I was just told this, by the way, the other day when I was in Miami for the first time. So, I'm bothered by a lot. When I go to bed at night, I'm bothered by a lot of all of this because of my beliefs in the way a program should be run. So I'm not too sure that a lot of these things are the truth. And the only one who's gotten to the bottom of this is Eric Crawford, where it's not the truth. And here they're saying, oh, it kept the journal for 4 years, but you can't complete 2 sentences. Something's not right here. So I think you got to follow the money trail in this whole thing. And then 11 people are suing her because saying that's not the truth. Is it 11? Whatever's numbers being out there. So I don't know what's going on with all this, but I know that every single body gave a forum to this person who may have committed criminal acts. But everybody gave a forum and nobody went after it. Wait a second now, is this true? Is this true? Was your daughter 18? Was it 16? How old? How much money? Where'd the money come from? I don't know any of that. It's bothered me every single night. So when I get out, if I don't want to do a press conference, it's because it's a very emotional time. It's not because I lost the game. I've done press conferences for 40 some odd years. Give me a break. We lost the game. It's not going to be because of that. It's just that I'm not going to say no comment anymore because I don't care at 63. I want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And I want to clean it up if there's some things that have to be cleaned up. And I know one thing why I didn't know about it, because I guarantee if a chair gets broken in Minotti Hall and I find out about it, there's going to be a problem. So something like that, you can bet that I'd be the last guy to find out about it because all hell would pay right away. The moment it happened, all hell would pay. But, and just to answer some of the points, there are security people that are good people. One guy, I had more complaints about he was too hard on our players, too hard all the time. And the more I heard that he was too hard, the more I liked it. The more I said, that's good. That's the type of guy I want running the dormitory. So, did he sneak him through the back door? Did they hide in the room? I have no idea. But I guarantee you, if anybody knew about it and it got back to me, all hell. And I really feel the same way about my assistant coaches, the same way about them. I think they're an extension of me. I think if they would have known anything, all hell would have broken loose. So in 2016, this will be the last time I ever mention it, but I am getting it off my chest now because I want to say it one time about it. And I really don't care about what anybody thinks, why I don't show up at a press conference. I could care less because there's a reason for it. It's not because we lost a basketball game. It was a terrific basketball. When we lost to Duke, I always say it was one of the greatest games ever played. I wasn't afraid to meet the press in the most difficult loss of all time. So come on, give me a break with that stuff. If I show up for Duke, I think I can show up for that. And by the way, the Final Four was at stake in that basketball game.
Rick, have you been given any indication as to the status of the investigation, Chuck Smurt or NCAA?
No, I have not been interviewed myself yet. And you know what's going to happen. You know, it's you know, I think they've got to contact every recruit that's come in here first. Then they go forward. But look, they still haven't resolved North Carolina. And how many years were they with Syracuse? How many years did it last? 2, 3, 4 years? North Carolina's been going on how long? So, you know, I think the earliest this is going to go is July. I think that's the earliest you're going to see anything resolved. And my feeling is the only thing I want to do as far as the university is, if there's a lie, if the publishing company's lying, and they're, you know, there's always these conspiracy theories that it's Indiana, and I don't believe any of that. They have to graduate from somewhere, you know. But the one thing I can tell you is, if there's lies in this book, as Eric has pointed out, then I want to pointed out. And I don't know why everybody gave this person a forum. I just don't understand any of it. Why they gave him a forum? Because if someone's lying all the time, or not telling the truth, and did not keep a journal, I don't know. I'm a doubting Thomas with a lot of things. And if none of us did know anything about it, let's